Discover the timeless wisdom of Jesus on how to navigate the last days. His advice holds the key to living a purposeful and fulfilling life amidst uncertainty. In this video, let's explore the secrets that will guide you through these challenging times and bring hope, peace, and strength. The signs of the times, as mentioned in 2 Timothy 3:1, indicate that we are living in the last days. However, we should understand that the last day is still in the future. The last day refers to the time when God's final salvation and judgment will be revealed, but we do not know when it will happen. The last days encompass the period between Christ's first and second coming, representing a time of fulfillment and completion. While God's promises are being fulfilled in the present, the ultimate consummation is yet to come. How to live in the last days. In these last days, God has spoken to us through His Son, as Hebrews 1:2 says. This means that the last days began when Jesus came. Jesus has given us the final and ultimate message in these last days. Peter also confirms on Pentecost that Joel's prophecy about the last days has come true through sending the Holy Spirit, Acts 2:16-18. Since Jesus was crucified and exalted, the Spirit is now poured out on everyone who repents of their sins and believes in Jesus Christ. The Apostle John even says that it is the last hour, 1 John 2:18, which means we have been living in the last hour for 2,000 years. The kingdom of God has arrived in Jesus Himself. We can see it in the way Jesus casts out demons by the power of the Spirit, Matthew 12:28. The parables Jesus tells in Matthew 13 reveal the secrets of the kingdom of heaven, v11. To summarize, the kingdom has begun, but it is not yet fully realized. It is as small as a mustard seed and unseen as leaven in the dough. The last days have started, and the kingdom is already here, but it will also be completed. That's why we pray, "Your kingdom come," Matthew 6:10. And we also pray, "Come, Lord Jesus," Revelation 22:20. As believers, we live in between these two times. Although we are already sanctified by the grace of Christ, 1 Corinthians 1:2, our full and complete sanctification will happen when Jesus returns, 1 Thessalonians 5:23-24, 1 John 3:2. As believers in Jesus Christ, we are already adopted children of God, Romans 8:15-16, but our adoption will be fully realized when our bodies are transformed at the resurrection, v23. Similarly, even though the last days have begun, we are already redeemed through Jesus' blood, Ephesians 1:7, Colossians 1:14. But our redemption will be completed when our bodies are raised from the dead, Romans 8:23. We are currently saved by God's grace through faith, Ephesians 2:8. Still, we eagerly await the day of final judgment when we will be saved from God's wrath, Romans 5:9. The last days and church life. In the last few days, Jesus has risen, and the Holy Spirit has been given to the church. The church, as the body of Christ, is meant to be filled with His fullness, EPH 1:23. It should be a place of reconciliation where people from different backgrounds and positions find unity in Christ, 2:11-22. The church reveals God's wisdom to the world and serves as a vessel for spreading the gospel, 3:10. When the church members love one another, the world takes notice and recognizes Jesus as Christ, John 13:34-35. Though the church is being transformed by God's grace and is growing, it will still have imperfections until the day of redemption, 5:27. Sometimes our desire for a perfect church causes us to focus on its faults instead of loving and supporting it, even when it is strong, good, and mature. We should remember that our ultimate longing is for the perfection of heaven and earth and not be overly critical of our church. The last days and sanctification. The arrival of the last days means that God's promises are now being fulfilled. We are assured that we will become like Jesus when we see Him, 1 John 3:2. This hope of transformation motivates us to live pure and holy lives even now, v3. While God is in control of everything, our holy lives can also play a part in hastening His coming, 2 Peter 3:12. In other words, the way we live can contribute to the final outcome. The promise of future holiness doesn't dampen our desire to be like Christ. Instead, it inspires us to please God through our actions. The time between the beginning and fulfillment of God's promises is often described as the already but not yet. God has already fulfilled his promises of salvation, but their complete fulfillment is yet to come. This concept applies to all areas of life. Regarding sanctification, believers should be optimistic because we have the Holy Spirit, a gift from the end times. Since we have the Spirit, we should be filled with the Spirit. Ephesians 5:18, walk in the Spirit. Galatians 5:16, be guided by the Spirit. v:18, display the fruit of the Spirit. v:22, live in harmony with the Spirit. v:25, and invest in the Spirit. Galatians 6:8. In other words, through the power of the Spirit, we can now live in a way that pleases God. We are empowered to love one another and fulfill God's law through the Spirit. Romans 8:2-4. God's grace and power are transforming us in these last days. However, we must remember that sanctification is not yet complete. As believers, we are still in the process of becoming holy. The battle between our sinful nature and the Spirit continues. Galatians 5:16-18, and we still struggle with our human weaknesses daily. Romans 7:14-25. Our fleshly desires are not completely gone and will persist until the day of final redemption. The battle with our sinful nature is intense, and we must actively put to death our sinful desires. Romans 8:13, Colossians 3:5. While God's grace and Spirit are changing us, we still sin daily, and perfection is not attainable in this life. God keeps us humble by reminding us of the progress we still need to make. Sin is never justified, but sanctification, already but not yet nature, helps us stay realistic and not overestimate our spiritual growth. The last days and family life. Living in the last few days has impacted our family life, particularly our marriages and how we raise our children. Through God's grace, our marriages should be marked by love and genuine care for our spouses. Marriage is a mysterious reflection of the relationship between Christ and the Church, EPH 5:32, and this mystery should be evident in how husbands and wives treat each other. Husbands should love, care for, cherish, and nurture their wives, just as Christ loved and sacrificed himself for the Church, VVD 25:29. Likewise, wives should submit to and respect their husbands, just as the Church submits to Christ, VVD 22:24. As Christ has come and the Spirit has been given, our marriages should serve as examples of what marriage can and should be. However, we must remember that we are not yet in a perfect state. Our marriages can be good, but they will not be flawless because we are still affected by sin until the day of redemption. We can strive for good marriages, but perfection is unattainable, and seeking perfection may lead to the tragic mistake of giving up on a good marriage or having the potential to become good by God's grace in the future. The same truth applies to raising children. Children are called to obey their parents, EPH 6:1-3, and as parents, we aim to teach them about the Lord, V4. Discipline is necessary for their character development. We desire our children to be well-behaved, godly, faithful, and dependable, Titus 1:6. Neglecting our parental responsibilities results in unruly children. However, we should be cautious of expecting too much too soon, thinking we can experience complete heavenly perfection now. We may unknowingly place unrealistic expectations on our children, demanding perfection. In doing so, we may excessively correct and criticize them, which can discourage and dishearten them, Colonel 321. The teaching about the last days has practical implications, reminding us to train our children to be obedient while recognizing that they are not expected to be perfect. Exactly what should we do? Jesus urges us to persevere and run the race with patience. We eagerly await the day of redemption, when all creation will be liberated. In the meantime, we are called to live holy lives, focusing on our daily responsibilities. In the last days, there will be deceivers and those who deny Christ's power, but we should not be alarmed or deceived. Instead, we must worship, teach, and preach as God has instructed us for centuries. Our job is to faithfully work, leaving the timetable to God. Faithfulness will be rewarded on the day of judgment, not correct predictions.